Welcome to the Time Management Podcast with me, your host, Abigail Barnes. I'm a productivity coach, global speaker, time management author, and award-winning entrepreneur on a mission to share the 888 formula with the world and to remind you that it's your time. Leave it to me to bring you new time management tips, tricks, tools, and strategies, to introduce you to guests, research, and case studies from around the world, and to give you a simple 5-step process you can follow to uplevel your productivity, achieve your goals, and create a life that exceeds your wildest dreams. I'm so excited that you're here, so let's get started. Welcome to the show. I'm so excited that you and I get to spend today's episode talking about 3 simple ways that you can embody your true identity. In this episode, we're deep diving into all things embodiment, the habits, the actions, the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions that you will need on the road to the life that you want to be living, aka that life of your dreams. This is part 3 of our 3-part main character energy series, where we've been talking about what it takes for you to become the lead character in the movie of your life, to get into the driver's seat and start taking control of the wheel and living your life your way on your terms, because it really is your time. There has never been a better time. There will never be a better time than to start today. This episode is for you if you're ready for a new chapter. It's also for you if you know that your life gets to be easier, and it's definitely for you if you're ready to try something new and see what happens. This episode is building on the previous 2, episode 80, where we were talking about how to change your negative thoughts fast, and episode 81, where we were talking about how to trust your emotions and stop sabotaging yourself. If you've not checked out those episodes, I highly recommend that you do. In episode 80, we were talking about things like the ant killer method by Dr. Daniel Amen, which is automatic negative thoughts. We were talking about episode 33, thought tracking. We were talking about episode 2, the procrastination perfection loop. We were talking about episode 44, is people pleasing a trauma response? And episode 46, is imposter syndrome a trauma response? All of these conversations and episodes have been building to this conversation that we're having today. So they might be jumping off points for you, and or if you've been around for a while and listened to them, then you will notice how we are building this conversation. Because the journey of becoming starts with unbecoming all the things that you thought you needed to be so that you can become the person that you came here to be. You were born already knowing it. Life, society, education, culture, all of the things told you there was a different way. But if you are here and there is a feeling in you that knows there's your way, then this conversation today is for you, because it's time to stop catastrophizing. It's time to stop overthinking and to start trusting yourself, because overthinking is a sign that you don't trust yourself. But if you don't trust yourself, why would you trust somebody else over yourself? You know yourself, you know what's best. And as I was saying, all of the answers are inside of you. You come knowing it all. The journey of life is to uncover them, to unlock them. In episode 80, I shared the 4 liberating questions exercise from the incredible Byron Katie. And we also talked about neuroplasticity. This is how we know that these conversations, all of the things that we're discussing, actually has an impact. Neuroplasticity is the ability for our brain to rewire itself. They have scientifically proven that this actually happens. So definitely check out episode 80, and I would highly encourage you to do your own research as well. I have been researching neuroplasticity since my stroke in February 2012 that I talked about in episode 79, because I needed to know that what had happened to my brain wasn't the end. It wasn't that parts of my brain had died. Oh, well, you're never going to be able to work again. I needed to know that my brain was going to recover. My brain was going to fix itself and to change the neural pathways. And that is exactly what happens with neuroplasticity. So mind blown. I love it, obsessed with it. I will talk about it over and over and over. Love conversations with anybody who is neuroscientifically qualified, and that is the area of work that they do as well. That's my personal passion, is understanding the brain. In that episode as well, we also talked about mirror theory that we're going to talk about later in today's episode in further detail. This is where your life is reflecting back to you what you are actually subconsciously thinking. You are manifesting what you don't want as well as what you want. So excited to talk about that. And then episode 80, we were talking about how to trust your emotions and stop sabotaging yourself. If you, like me, were raised in that generation of emotions of weakness, that episode is definitely for you. If you were also raised in the generation of we don't have time for your emotions, just stop crying and let's get on with it, that episode is also for you, because in that we talked about emotions from philosophy to the 21st century. It was a real whirlwind of a whole section of science followed by a whole section of practical actions and what that means. It's a great episode. Go and check that one out. Two things that I want to highlight from that episode: the work of Professor Robert Plotchek, who has a PhD in psychology, and his work was around something called the wheel of emotions. He was talking about the fact that he believed that there are 8 primary emotions: joy, trust, fear, surprise, sadness, anger, disgust, anticipation. And his wheel looks like a flower where there are layers going from the inside to outside, with the dyadic emotions and the distinct emotions. Definitely would recommend you check out that wheel of emotion. And then we've got therapist Gloria Wilcox, who created the feeling wheel. So we've got emotions and feelings. It's a big conversation. Do we feel first? Do we have the emotion first? Are they the same thing? There's a lot out there on it. If it's something that you're interested in, I learned a lot about the feeling wheel after having a therapy session where my basic emotional range was happy, sad, excited, and afraid. That was all I could list. And I went and asked Google, as we do these days, whatever search engine you use, to tell me more about feelings, because the therapist wanted me to express feelings using other words, and I just couldn't. And that's when I discovered that there are 108 distinct emotions. And this is all outlined in the feeling wheel. I was absolutely mind blown. And no wonder they were frustrated with me, but I didn't know. And if nobody's told you, why would you know? If you were raised in a generation where there just wasn't time for emotions, because there wasn't time in their generation for emotions. We can only be raised by what people have learned. And that's where you are born knowing certain things, but then you are given things. And now is the time in our lives where we can start to question what we've been told. And not because the person who told us was wrong or bad or mean. They did the best they could with what they knew. The internet in modern times has only been around for the last 20, 30 years. We have access to so much information, and we're kind of beating up the people who raised us and who raised them with a stick that just didn't exist then. Imagine if people who lived in caves were saying to their parents once they got a house, well, why didn't you teach me how to clean and look after a house? Because we lived in a cave. You know where I'm going with that one. That is a bit dramatic. Obviously, as humans, we didn't go from caves to houses that quickly in one generation, but it's the same kind of thing. We are not comparing apples with apples. We are talking about information that, quite frankly, is a little bit privileged, that we can now have the time to be able to look into all of this. But wow, we have now got the time to be able to look into all of this, which is why I said at the start, there has never been a better time for this conversation, for us to dive into becoming who we came here to be, not being who other people have imprinted on us. It is time for us now to let that old character die. Imagine that your life, maybe it's like a soap opera. Maybe there are some people in your soap opera that need their character stories to end. They need to be killed off. It's time for those stories to stop being told. And it's time for your soap opera to become a main stage performance, a movie that people talk about for the rest of life, something that people reference as, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? It is the most inspiring story. And why can't it be you? In episode 81 as well, we also talked about one of my favorite books, Power versus Force by David R. Hawkins. He was a doctor and academic, and he researched consciousness. He mapped consciousness and stated that emotions have vibrations, and emotions can be measured in a Hertz vibration. He measured it with something called kinesiology, which ChatGPT called pseudoscience. And while I agree with ChatGPT that there is a lack of clear scientific evidence, I also disagree that just because scientific research hasn't been funded and it's not mainstream doesn't mean that something isn't right, isn't wrong. And you have all walked into a room, I have no doubt, and you have felt anger in that room. Now, people would say it's because of your senses, it's because of all sorts of other different reasons. So let's put that one by the side. You can tell when you speak to somebody on the phone. Maybe like me, you can even tell when you read people's emails. Even if they're not using aggressive, angry language, you can tell from the way they're writing it that they were angry. And this is a skill that I truly believe is going to become more and more mainstream as we start to understand our emotions are guidance. They are not weakness. They are not something to be ignored. They're not something to be pushed to the side because they are inconvenient. They are something for us to use as an intuitive hit of, okay, this is how I feel. And then to look for the other information, data, research. Is this just a feeling because it's triggered something from my past? Or is this feeling actually valid? Is it something that I know I want to do right now? Or is it something where maybe I need more data on it? And it's all so finite. But what's exciting is that we can have this conversation. What's exciting is that we can explore this area, this field, and you can become the main character of your life, of your movie. We also talked in that episode about momentum and identity. This is what happens when you start telling a new story about yourself. When you move from, this was the old story, it was a bit of a soap opera, a drama. This is the new story. It's exciting. It's an adventure. It's expansive. There's highs, there's lows, but I'm living, I'm learning, I'm evolving, and I trust myself. Most importantly, I trust myself. In that episode, there were 5 things around momentum. Number 1 was that momentum is real and it has physics behind it, energy in motion. Number 2 is that starting is always harder because your brain is designed to conserve energy. Number 3 was that restarting is even harder because you've lost the cues, the habits that were linked to that. Number 4, small, consistent actions beat big, sporadic efforts. This is how we become by taking step by step, day by day. And then number 5, using environmental changes to your advantage. This is energy in motion. This is changing where you work from. This is moving. This is different habits, different actions, different routines, and using all of that to get yourself into motion and then staying in motion. If any of these episodes have triggered a desire for you to go deeper, please follow that desire. If they had triggered a desire for you to seek professional help, whether it be talking therapy, a healing modality, somatic work, something movement related like yoga or Tai Chi, trust that intuition and do your research. Some of these therapies are regulated, some of these therapies are not. From my own personal experience, I'd advise the following. Ask your community for recommendations. Get the free consultations if they're offered, and also sleep on your decision. You don't need to make a decision immediately. If you've listened to any of the episodes in the past around human design, you will know that not all of us, me included, are designed to make immediate decisions, although society would like us to. I just have a knowing in me. And if I'm not 100% sure in that knowing, when I've slept on it, I am then 100% sure the next day. And for me, it's a yes or a no. There is no maybe. Yes, I can talk myself into something, but when I talk myself into something, it was a no. So trust your intuition and invest in your personal development. Since my spiritual awakening in February 2012, I mentioned that stroke on a work business trip. Check out episode 79 for all the details. I have tried counseling, CBT, distance healing, EFT tapping, Reiki healing, sound healing, breath work, yoga, yin yoga, meditation, yoga nidra, hypnosis, guided meditations, as well as working with a shaman, a homeopath, a crystal Reiki healer, and a number of coaches and mentors on my mindset, my sales and marketing, my business strategy, because it's all interconnected. How we do one thing is how we do everything. And prior to my stroke, I had tried a few weekend personal development training courses, as well as working with a career coach. But it was my stroke that really changed my perspective on life. And in my experience, both professional and personal, the changes follow an awakening or a life event. It might be a birth, a death, a marriage, a divorce, a redundancy, a health-related event. And until then, conversations like this are just data. So it might be that you're listening to this conversation saying, yeah, Abigail, this is all really interesting. Fantastic. But this information is planting seeds that will be relevant when you need them. It might be that you're at a point in life, these seeds land and flowers bloom straight away. I love it. Wherever you are not here by accident. You are here on purpose for a reason. So let's dive into these 3 ways to embody your true identity. I mentioned number 1 earlier and in the previous episodes, this mirror theory, that your life is reflecting back at you who you believe you are and what you believe is possible. The emotions that you have, the feelings that you have, they are vibrating, they are sending out a signal, and more of that is coming to you. Whether you believe this or not, let's run through a scenario. I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late. I really need all the traffic lights to be green. I'm going to be late. Why are they red? Why are they red? I need them to be green. I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late. Why are the traffic lights red? Why is this person doing that? Why isn't that working? I'm so angry now. Versus, I will arrive in time. All the traffic lights are green. They're just green. That's how my life goes. Everywhere I arrive, I always arrive on time. I always arrive in more than enough time. This is such an easy and exciting journey. I'm so excited to be where I'm going. I'm so excited that this meeting is going to happen, and this meeting is going to be amazing. And oh, look at that. I've arrived. Fantastic. Easy peasy. The stories that we're telling ourselves are being mirrored. The people we are meeting, if we're angry, we're meeting angry people. If we're happy, we're meeting happy people. It's funny, you can send 2 people into the same room. 2 people could listen to this podcast episode. 2 people will get entirely different answers and information from the same conversation. Have I said anything different? Or have they just heard what they are able to hear? Because that is the vibration that they are putting out there. So that is what the mirror is bringing back. And it's very hard to be happy and positive and abundant when life around you doesn't look like that. But what can you be grateful for right now? you have the privilege to listen to this conversation. So whatever device you are listening to it on, that costs money. That is abundance. You actually are understanding what it is that I'm saying at the stage that you are at to understand it. That is something to be grateful for. What does your health look like right now? Do you have two hands? Do you have 2 feet? Do you have 2 eyes? You can hear. Getting grateful for even the smallest things. What you appreciate appreciates. It will multiply, and you will start to change your vibration. You will start to change your perspective, and you will start to change what you are attracting and what you see. Because whether you like it or not, you are manifesting your life all day, every day. You are such a powerful manifester. You have what you have right now. You have the soap opera. Or maybe you have a life that you really quite like, but you would just like it to be better. Appreciate where you are. Understand that you have got here from a set of steps. So now it's time to take different steps, which leads me on to simple way number 2, that you can embody your true identity. We talked about it in the previous episode, tracking your thoughts. Tracking your time will help you to see where all your time is going. Tracking your thoughts will help you to see what stories you are telling, what identity you have. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Your thoughts are your beliefs. I can't because it wasn't my fault. It's okay for them. It's XYZ's person's fault. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But thoughts like that will keep getting you more victim experiences like that. And that's not to put any kind of negativity onto you, because these are the thoughts you have. This is to help you identify, wow, these are the thoughts I have. I hadn't realized quite how negatively I'm speaking to myself. Telling myself I can't do it all the time isn't helpful. If my friend asked me, would I say to them, no, you can't do it? No, you wouldn't be able to do it. No, somebody like you can't do it. No, it's not possible. No, you just need to accept where you are, stay where you are, and make the best of it. Would you want to be friends with that person? Seriously. I think it's now time that we can have different conversations. We can suspend our disbelief, because whether it's true or not, as I said earlier, you will keep bringing the reality to yourself based on what you believe. So if you want your life to be different, you might need to become a bit delusional for a while. These emotions, these feelings, these stories, if they are true, are you ready to think something different? Are you ready to do something different? Because you're fed up with them. It's time to kill off some of these storylines. It's time to reshape the cast. It's time to reshape the crew. It's time for us to move to a different location, film in a different place. Imagine this is what they're doing when they are filming a movie. They film a bit here, they film a bit there. And sometimes in movies, they film the end first. Imagine that. So this is what you're doing. You are going to the end. You are visualizing the future you. This is one of the episodes that we've done recently. I think it was episode 76. Don't quote me on that, but you can scroll back through the episode list and see. But you can do a future visualization that was taken from our Reset Your Success Story program, which is now available on demand. You can do this training at any point in time and start to visualize the future you that you want to become. Set 2 goals that you want to focus on for the 25 days and step into your new life. It's all there. The only person stopping you is you. And this is where we come into number 3 of the simple ways that you can embody your true identity. This example is so simple, but my friend, it will change your life. They are I am statements. I am statements are more than an affirmation. These are how you talk to yourself about yourself and how you believe your life gets to be for you. When you are doing this at the very beginning, it is going to feel uncomfortable. But then one day, they're going to become true. Your I don't have, I don't know, I'm not, I can't do, suddenly becomes, I am abundant, I am enough, I am loved, I am capable, I am abundant, I am enough, I am loved, I am capable. Abundance is way more than money. Abundance in health, abundance in food, abundance in Wi-Fi, abundance in oxygen. We never, ever go around the world saying there's not enough oxygen, we're running out of oxygen, you need to stop breathing, you need to stop breathing, and there's not enough oxygen. We just have a drama story about money. There's not enough money, the money's running out. It's a drama story. I am abundant, I am enough, I am loved, I am capable. And some extra ones for you. I am safe. Really feel that one in you. I am safe. I am guided. I am supported. The more you can say these daily, the more you will embody them, and you will become what you are saying to yourself. You are changing the narrative in your head. Start with the mirror exercise, look at what's going on and face maybe some brutal truths that you are manifesting, some stuff you don't want. So congratulations, you can manifest. Let's start manifesting some stuff you do want. Let's start looking at these thoughts and change this negative narrative. Kill some ants, as Dr. Arman was saying, those automatic negative thoughts. Get rid of them and start thinking some different things. Get delusional. Why not? The negative thoughts are bringing you more negativity. Start talking positively and see what happens. Do it as an experiment. Even if it feels uncomfortable, try it for a day or two and see what starts to happen. You don't even have to tell anybody. If you think, Abigail, this is ridiculous, I absolutely can't do this, dare yourself. I dare you. Try it for 24 hours. I dare you to go delusional and dare to dream, because you can manifest the stuff you don't want. So now it's time to start manifesting the stuff you do want. And then 3, try these abundance affirmations. I am abundant. I am enough. I am loved. I am capable. I am safe. I am guided. I am supported. It's time to change the narrative. You are the one speaking to you. Nobody else is in that head. It's you. Silence the noise. Stop those monkeys from running around, and let's start writing a new script. Knowledge is not power. All of these last 3 conversations, all of these 80+ episodes that we've got on the podcast where we've been talking about time, we've been talking about procrastination, they have all been giving you knowledge and information. Some of them have had homework. If you don't do the homework, if you don't take the actions, your life is not going to change. It's just a great conversation. I know that is not the same as I did that. It's not the same as, Abigail, I tried this, you will never guess what happened. You don't come up to somebody and say, I love your podcast. I've listened to all the episodes. They're fantastic. Great. What have you tried? What's happened? What's changed? Who have you become? How uncomfortable was it? Who thinks you're crazy? What friends have you lost? On the journey to becoming who you came here to be, you are going to have to take some rocks out of your bag. Some of the negative thoughts have come from people who cannot change their negative thoughts. Perhaps you might have to not spend time with them and their negative thoughts while you are learning how to change your thoughts, until you get to a place where their negativity doesn't affect you, because their storyline isn't your storyline and they are no longer a part of your performance. They're just somebody, a character, but they are not writing your script anymore. You are writing your script. You are the script writer. You are the actor. You are the main character. You are the lead. In the show notes, there is a link to find out about all of the training that we offer. And if you would like to book a call to talk about one-to-one coaching with me, you can use that link as well. How does this episode tie in with time management? Every single thing you do with your time is using your time, is wasting your time. The negative thoughts are wasting your time. Start taking control of the things that you're thinking, and you will have more time than you know what to do with. If you want more help with your time, reach out. You can also grab a copy of my book, Time Management for Entrepreneurs and Professionals. The links for that are in the show notes. You can do your time audit. We talk about that in one of the episodes of the podcast, how to do your time audit. If you would like a link to that, then reach out, let us know. We can send you anything that you need to help you. Your time is connected to your thoughts. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Your reality is the manifestation of everything leading up till now. It is your time to take control, to change the narrative, to write the next chapter, to write the next script. Maybe this is a multi-series movie. It's time to write the next movie. Maybe this is the next James Bond movie. Maybe this is the next Mission Impossible. Maybe this is Ocean's 15. It's your time, my friend. Any questions, reach out. Can't wait to see you again next week, and let me know what happens when you give all of this a go. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, and remember, it is your time. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you loved what you heard, be sure to let me know by leaving a review so I can keep the good stuff coming. Come and say hi on Instagram at Success by Design Training, or visit my website, successbydesigntraining.com, or connect with me on LinkedIn. Just search Abigail Barnes. Until next time, don't forget, you are amazing, and it's your time.